everyone, how are you doing? I can't believe I'm already here with another Soul Connections video for you. I feel like I was just at the cabin a couple days ago and recorded that amazing Twin Soul special full moon culmination of the Trinity of Eclipses video for you. So, what I'm being guided to do today for the new moon that's coming up on July 20th is the pick a card because there's just so much going on right now. There are, obviously many of us that identify ourselves as a twin flame. There are some of us that maybe haven't met their twin flame. There's some of us that don't know, they're not identifying with a label. It can just be a soulmate. It can be a karmic partner, just somebody you can't get out of your head, anything like that. As you guys know, if you followed me, these readings tend to apply to somebody who you're either in separation from, you're in no contact with, or you maybe have some sporadic contact here and there. But either way, you're really not actively seeing this person, dating this person, in a relationship with this person. So the purpose of this is to look at the new moon energy that's coming in and how that's going to potentially impact the connection. There's going to be messages that come through from your person based upon the cards that I'm going to use, which I'm going to go through here in a minute. And there's also potentially messages from spirit. So as always, I don't know exactly how this is going to come through. It may come through as a mix of channeling, as if I'm your person speaking to you. It could be spirit speaking to you. It could just be in third person. So just keep that in mind. Again, a general reading. So take what resonates, toss the rest. You might find that you might find that messages from all of these apply to you. So feel free to choose more than one. I am going to timestamp them below as far as when we start each one. Each one should be probably about 10 to 12 minutes long. We'll see how that goes. Doesn't always even out depending on the messages that come through. I'll go over the decks here in a minute, but just in general, this new moon is the second new moon that we've had in Cancer in a row, or I don't know if it's been necessarily in a row, but it's been the second one this summer, since the summer solstice time frame. And it kicked it off. It was very powerful because it was the same night, I believe, as the summer solstice. It was like the 21st, 22nd of June. So this is the first moon that we've had since that time that doesn't have an eclipse associated with it. So hopefully the energy doesn't feel quite as intense, quite as stirring up things. Plus Mercury is now direct. It's in its regressing period, but it's turned direct. So I think it's still in the shadow phase for a little bit longer, but it went direct, I think, on July 12th. So the energy should not be quite as intense right now, but I do know that there's a lot of light codes coming in. There's a lot of upgrades. There are people who are, I'm used to going through the ascension process and getting annihilated with energy, but some of this stuff coming in has been unprecedented. I know a lot of my friends, have been affected on and off on the fringes of it, but they're having all their chakras activated, having all kinds of symptoms associated with it, which of course is scary because of COVID and everything happening right now. I mean, if you're having stomach issues and throat issues and headaches, it's very scary and you may want to get that checked out. But just know that if you are going through the awakening and ascension process, it's likely that these energies are triggering more of those symptoms within you. So just, trust that. Right now I'm on fire. I'm absolutely on fire. So I feel like there's a lot of energy and it's going to come through, but I don't have a fever. So you'll be able to distinguish the difference. You may feel feverish, but if you don't have a fever, it's probably ascension. Again, get it checked out if you're not sure. But yeah, this energy, I feel like with this new moon, it's going to really have us kind of go inward, just look at things from a higher perspective as far as what has happened with this series of eclipses and the retrograde, what it's brought up for you to heal, the lessons. I know for myself, I can't believe the changes that have happened just, not only in my life, but within my soul connection. It literally started June 22nd, right after that first new moon. So just my shift in perspective and how everything is happening and why, I thought had learned it all, and when not all, but, as far as my story and why things were happening, but I'm learning some more even now. I've had some additional triggers come up this week just from other past life connections. And so you really just need to reflect on that and reflect on your emotions and how you're feeling. How is something making you feeling? Is it resonating? I'm finding that a lot of people are, you know, really learning to stand up in their truth, to just say, you know what, I'm not feeling this. This isn't resonating with me. I'm not just going to spend time with somebody just for the sake of spending time with somebody. I'd rather be alone. And that's part of the growth and ascension process. And it's actually a very beautiful thing. I feel like there's some rest and recovery happening right now, too. So, you know, if you're feeling tired, take that self care, take that rest. So, without further ado, actually, we're just going to walk through really quick the cards that I'm going to use. I was guided to use some ones that I'm really excited about because they're decks that I just loved when I bought them fairly recently, and I've not used them yet, really either, you know, for myself or in a video. So let's hope I can remember all these. But we've got the Art of Love Tarot. It's absolutely beautiful. You can see that this is the suits are different. So stars are wands, trees are pentacles, I think angels are swords, and hearts is cups. So it's going to be an interesting one. I also felt compelled to use the Chakra Wisdom Tarot to see what's going on there. This is just, again, not one of these readings. This is just to show you guys, but the Four of Swords came out. So there's, like I said, some heart healing. I think maybe that's a message for everybody going on right now. We are also using the Moonology because it's a moon reading. I'm using the Quantum, what's it called? I think it's just the Quantum Oracle. The Quantum Oracle by Sandra Ann Taylor. I don't believe I've ever used that one before. Maybe I don't know if I've used one. The Romance Angels by Doreen Virtue. I've taken the Mystic Moon Twin Flame Messages Volume 1 and 2. I combined them into one deck. So this is Volume 2, this is Volume 1. So there may be a message from one or the other depending on which one you pick. We've also got the Angelic Revelation 144, Naked Flame Healing Messages from your person. We've got the Mystic Moon Oracle. I believe she sells this now under the Mystic Moon Twin Flame Oracle, if you're looking for that. We've got the Ascended Masters by Doreen Virtue, and we've got the Cosmic, I think it's just the Cosmic Reading cards. So these are absolutely beautiful. I'm just really excited. All right, so number one, actually, I'll show you. I want to show you guys first, and these may be backwards. I don't know. I've been a little bit scatterbrained this week, more than normal. So you may be seeing this backwards or upside down. Who knows? Number one, I was guided to use palm stones for all of these. Number one is the lapis, the blue palm stone. Number two is the rhodochrosite, and number three is the labradorite, which is a beautiful rainbow reflective stone. So sit with that for a minute. Think about it. Hopefully I can get this to stand up now. Okay. So number one is going to, we'll say, starts at 7:55. Okay. All right. Number one again is the lapis, the blue. Okay. All right. Let's see what we've got in here. I feel like these all got mixed up. This one was one that had two quantum cards that wanted to come out. Okay. Wow. So what I'm getting here is that you may have your person, this connection. I feel like there's definitely been on one side of the coin here, most likely them, if you're the one watching this video wondering what's going on with them, somebody betrayed somebody. Somebody either, you know, and it could have been tied to not speaking their truth or not honoring their truth or honoring their commitment to you or even making a commitment to you. But we've got Five of Swords here. Okay. I'm getting that, you know, maybe it was you were wanting a commitment because we have Three of Trees, which is the Three of Pentacles. And in this deck, this beautiful deck here, this is about dedication. So again, and we know that the Three of Pentacles in a soul connection bond can represent union, you know, physical union, Holy Spirit, and union with masculine and feminine. So I feel like, you most likely, the viewer, but again, flip it if that's what resonates, were wanting that commitment. Um, and I feel like, that person most likely walked away. Perhaps they chose a third party or had a third party, or maybe they still have a third party and they're not walking away from them. What that is triggering up in you is that, you're maybe feeling at this point that it's done. It's done. It's a conclusion. Maybe you've put your heart under, you're like, I'm done with this. Because this person, they're not making you a priority. It's about, you're starting to realize like, I'm not their priority. I'm not going to keep hanging on to this. But what I'm getting here, and I'm not an advocate of, and this is not what I'm doing, but I'm not an advocate of telling somebody, stay, to give somebody hope for something that, because people have free will. We don't know what's going to come. But I am getting that, maybe you're feeling like there's unrequited love here. That's what's been triggered, because it's like they don't love me enough to walk away from this other person. They've betrayed me. But we have some cards here that really show otherwise. I mean, the fact that the Five of Swords is tied to the blue chakra, which is a throat chakra, that's about the truth, speaking your truth. And the lapis is the stone that was drawn to number one. It was like, yeah, I want to be with number one. So that's why it's there. So it's about some sort of truth. Maybe this is not somebody living in their truth, speaking their truth, because I don't think unrequited love is the truth. I think that's what they're making you feel. That's what's triggering in you. That's not the reason that they're not leaving their situation or that they walked away from you. It's not that they don't love you. As a matter of fact, under the quantum oracle cards, we've got spirit, which is number 5, and the sacred temple. In traditional tarot, number 5 is the Hierophant, which for me is a spiritual union, a spiritual divine connection card. This says sacred temple. We also have cosmic connection. Both of these cards came out. So for me, it's, there is something deeper going on here. Definitely. There is some sort of a cosmic bond, a cosmic connection. Your chakras, may even be connected the way that this is lit up like this. Whatever this is has ancient ties, and you aren't crazy. And I don't know that, in your mind, maybe you think it's done on their end. You think it's this conclusion because they've made their choice. But, what I'm seeing here is like, this is a journey about discovery, of self-discovery, and what this has awakened in you. And that's what you need to focus on right now. That's the second quantum card that wanted to come out, was an intention card, was discovery. It's like, this to me, it's kind of like, I mean, look, he's like looking at this like golden, like, or this lit beacon, like, this light beacon. It's like, oh my gosh, like there's so much more going on behind the scenes. Like he's looking in a river digging for this, and he finds that. So I'm getting like, maybe this cosmic connection has awakened you. Maybe it is helping you discover your true self. But what we're getting with the moon here is your commitment is being tested. Your commitment is being tested because of this person portraying unrequited love, betraying you, not making you a priority. And you're like, why can't I shake this connection? And what I'm getting is that, like, you're not crazy. There is something here. They do care, even if they've not spoken that they have, or if they're not acting like they do. But this is about your journey of self-discovery. This is about your journey back to spirit, union with spirit. And as hard as it is, you have to let go of an outcome of anything with them. I would say that, like, not necessarily that it's over, but I think you have to move on and make yourself the priority as if it is, if that makes any sense. But know that you need to heal that unrequited love wound, and you need to know that you're good enough and you're worthy, and they do care. There's other things going on behind the scenes and reasons why they can't leave the situation, or why they left you, or why they betrayed you. So you need to I would recommend working on forgiving this person, forgiving yourself, knowing that you aren't, again, I keep getting like, maybe you're questioning your sanity. Like, I know this awakens something in me. There's something here. Um, but why are they're not acting like they feel it too? And I've been through that with my connection to where, I thought I was in a really good place, like, but I still was denying that it is what it is because that he wasn't showing in the 3D, acknowledging it. Or so I felt like I'm crazy. Like, okay, maybe this was just a catalyst. Maybe they're just awakening me. It's like, yeah, there's definitely a bond here. But I think it's asking you, your commitment's being tested, your commitment and your faith to spirit, and you're discovering yourself. But again, that unrequited, this has triggered a deep wound in you, and probably the retrogrades brought it up again. But what the message that is coming through, you're probably like, come on, just get to those cards now, from your person. I'm reminded of you constantly. So they do think about you. They reminded of you constantly. And they're saying, which is very interesting because of the Five of Swords being here, we will have to rebuild the trust to build a solid foundation for our relationship to heal and thrive. We will have to rebuild the trust to build a solid foundation for our relationship to heal and thrive. So that tells me like there's some sort of trust that was broken here. And the fact that this is in the future, we will have to rebuild the trust to build a solid foundation for our relationship to heal and thrive. They have an intention that they do want this, that they want to come back and they want to try. So I would say maybe this is not over, but right now they're not making you a priority. So you need to make yourself the priority, discover what this is triggering in you, awakening in you, and commit yourself to God and yourself and your journey. So I hope that helps. Helps you feel better. I know it's not a difficult message, but being told that you're not crazy and that this is legitimately a real soul connection, though, is helpful. I know, I've been there. Okay, so, all right, number two. You had the rhodochrosite, palm stone. Okay. Just gonna check something really quick on this last one. Oh yeah, okay. I thought I'd forgotten one of the cards in the last one. Okay. So what I'm getting here, I'm getting that this person, we have the Page of Angels, which is the Page of Swords. This person, that can be a card of cutting off communication. It also can be a card of coming through kind of out of nowhere with communication. You're like, whoa, you were not expecting to hear from this person, and you started hearing from them again. Pages are immature energy. So this person, may still be in that lighter energy, that they're not quite ready for something. But I am getting a lot. It's interesting though that I feel like the lapis could have been associated with this one too. But I think the rhodochrosite is just because it's more of a stone about passion and emotions and love and the heart and that type of thing. I'm getting that this is a person who probably has been in and out of your life and has not been true to themselves and not been even true to you in the connection, as far as maybe admitting feelings or emotions that they have for you. Like I said, with the Art of Love Tarot, these are just beautiful cards. It's Page of Angels, which is the Page of Swords. Mysticism is what it's associated with. So I'm getting a strong feeling that this person is going through an awakening. They're starting to mature. They're starting to step into their truth. They're starting to get their wings, is what I'm hearing. It's really beautiful because there's a blue butterfly right here, and there's a blue star on their heart. So I feel like they're really starting to tap into the cosmos, to the energy of the all, and they're starting to radiate, out more positivity and light. And I think they're starting to see like the law of attraction more, and starting to realize the impact of their thoughts and actions and those types of things, on what comes into their reality. They, also got, interestingly, the Queen of Swords, which is an energy, as you guys know. It's about no nonsense. It's about setting boundaries. It's about speaking your truth. It's about, living and speaking your truth. Boom. Here, it's associated more with the third eye and the crown, with the purplish indigo, and she's on her throne. And it's interesting to me too, because it doesn't have to be that you're a female watching this for a male, but a lot of times it is. But we all have masculine energies, within us, so just keep that in mind. But it's like the feminine aspect is the emotional, the intuitive side. And I feel like this is somebody who's starting to step into that, and communicate with that part of themselves. I think they're releasing things that no longer serve them. The Queen of Swords and Page of Swords both can be that type of energy for sure. With the moon, we've got, what do you need to release? So again, if this is a mirrored soul connection, most likely, I mean, we are all mirrors of each other. Okay. What do you need to look in the mirror as well and think about, are there patterns, are there mindsets, any kind of negative things going on that you need to release and let go of. This person, I feel like, is doing that with themselves. Page of Swords, it can also be a card where somebody's stalking you on social media. That's one that comes through a lot in some of the other readers and these soul connections. They could just be, you might not be hearing from them, but they're just keeping tabs on you on social media, checking up on you, like wanting to know what's going on in your life, and like I'm getting to, like, you're inspiring them. It's like this light's radiating out from them, but it's like also the light drawing them, your light's drawing them, towards you. For the quantum card, it's interesting because we got deception. I feel like, like I said, I think they were not speaking their truth before. They may have actually flat out told you they don't feel for you, or they don't feel as strongly as you do, or they don't want a commitment, or they don't see a future with you, or they don't want to be in a relationship. I'm not getting that it's like a third part. Well, there could have been a third party in the past, but I'm not getting that now. I'm getting strongly that, like I said, that this person's kind of in hermit mode, because we've got retreat, which is it's time to disconnect from the world. I think they're retreating, they're disconnecting, they're going inward, and they're really starting to cut away things that no longer serve them. And they're just, like I said, they're getting their wings, opening their heart. Like I said, I think whatever it is, like this person was not listening to, they were not listening to their emotions. They were not tapping into their emotions. They were blocking it. They were denying and not being truthful. The retreat could also have a separate message too, that it's like they're really like fantasizing about going away with you somewhere, that like they just really love to try on this connection again. I definitely am getting a strong vibe of that. Why? Because they say, I will come back for you. I will come back for you. So the other one is that we have that crazy kind of love and hot passion even after all this time. That's why we get triggered by each other so easily and argue. I find it such a turn on when you get mad with me because it shows me just how much you do care, and that's so sexy. So this is probably a situation, again, where I was getting like somebody's in and out of your life, hot and cold, where it's like they kind of whirlwind in. You maybe have like a passionate encounter, flirtation, something like that. And then they get nervous, they get scared because they're not ready to face their emotions. They don't feel like they're ready. And in a divine timing, both partners are not ready. And then like, you maybe the viewer watching, you just get so frustrated and you're like, oh my God, I'm done with this. I'm done with this. Like, and you go off on them, and maybe it's something that's completely out of character for you. And it's like, I guess like this is saying that this is a turn on because they know that's not your character. And so the fact that you trigger each other so much shows just how like much emotion and passion is there. One thing that's maybe holding them back right now too, in addition to them going through their own awakening, working on themselves, healing, cutting things away, and really starting to face themselves, is the material world. So they want to be more stable financially before they come forward with an offer for you. They want to have, they see that you have your shit together. They see that, you're stable and those types of things. And they feel like they don't have that to offer you right now. And so until their material world, until their pinnacles are in order, until they just feel more stable, they're kind of holding back for that reason too. And they're in retreat mode for that reason. But, they're, like I said, we've got the listen and the emotions card. They're starting to listen to their intuition, tap into their emotions, and really realize, even, maybe before what they didn't even realize they were suppressing it, but how much they do feel for you and how it was a deception and they weren't living and speaking in their truth. So I think as I was saying earlier in the beginning, that this new moon is really and I was just thinking this earlier, I don't know if I said it at the beginning, but I feel like this new moon is, especially with the retro, all the energies kind of stirring up stuff where somebody was maybe easily able to suppress stuff before, suppress their emotions, suppress their feelings. It's coming up now and they have no choice but to face it, especially if your person's a water sign, because this is a Cancer, like I said, the second Cancer, we're in Cancer season. There's just been a lot happening in that sign, in that area of the zodiac. So, this person says that, they're obviously still attracted to you. They want to come back for you. They're going through their own process right now. So I would encourage you, as your advice, to just know that they do feel for you, despite of what they may have said. Otherwise, you need to figure out what's been triggering you lately, what you need to work on and release, because, they aren't the only ones. It's not like we're standing at the finish line waiting for somebody to catch up to us. We may feel like we're more ascended or further in the process, but we all, like, we're mirrors. So if there's definitely, always things that we need to work on. I would say this is a strong time to manifest for anybody, no matter which one you chose. What it is you want in your life, and maybe not even focus on what, focus on things you need to release. Sure, the emotions and things like that, but write down what it is you want. This is what I want. This is my truth. This is exactly what I want in my life. Listen to your soul, listen to your emotions for what you want out of a partner, and set that out. You don't want a page coming in. You want a king. Okay. So that's a very beautiful, reading, number 2. I feel like these are much better than the last pick a card I recorded. That one was pretty rough. So, okay. Number 3, you chose the Labradorite Palm Stone, which is beautiful. Whoa, number 3. Okay. Wow. This is interesting. All right, this one is all over the place. Whew. Okay, so I think this is centered more, I'm getting some different messages. You guys will see why the cards are a little bit confusing, but I think this is more centered around you or their past wounds that need to be worked through versus maybe something that happened between the two of you. So this could be a situation where you or they are afraid to move forward with your kindred partnership because they have not released their ex. You or they have not released the ex in the situation of what happened with an ex, okay? You need to clear yourself of this energy. It says the time has come to clear your energy. It's time to take action. That's the moon card. Take action in dealing with these wounds, you or they, or both of you. What threw me off at first, because the two tarot cards that came out, we have the Five of Angels, which is the Five of Swords. That's an ugly card. We know that. But in this deck, it's called Withdrawal. So maybe you or they pulled away from the connection out of fear because of what an ex has done to them. Okay, they're not believing, they're maybe not believing that this is real, that this is a kindred partnership, that unconditional love is possible. So they're holding on to this energy, the Seven of Swords energy. That's an energy of also being like deceived, like it's like this can't be real. They're stuck in this betrayal mindset that everything ends badly. All I'm going to do is get hurt. I'm just going to hold on to my swords. I'm not going to open myself up again to be stabbed. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's just in a rock. It's like, look, I'm carrying this with me. Actually, she's not even holding her swords. I think they're just stabbed in her, but she's like content. She's like healed over it, so to speak. She's not even looking like she's wounded anymore. She's just holding on to that, though. She is holding on to that pain like nobody's business. So the action is, it's time to pull those swords out. It's time to clear out that energy, cut those cords, because I think the potential is here that you or them, whoever needs to heal this, that there's a kindred partnership, that there is unconditional love available, or perhaps you were hoping to meet somebody and you're wondering why you can't attract it. You maybe need to let go of the ex or the person that did this to you, okay? Because that person maybe is not this person for you. But what I'm getting is that this person is recognizing. There's one partner maybe in this dynamic that was not recognizing before what the truth of what this is, that this is a kindred partnership, that this is the real deal, that there is unconditional love, because they're so caught up in their pain and their hurt. For some subset of you, it could be a mother, wife, sister, daughter wound. Most likely the scenario we're talking about, it's going to be a mother wound, or a wife, ex-wife, girlfriend type thing where, some sort of a romantic partner, engaged in that Five of Swords, Seven of Swords behavior. So they've just become very cynical, I'm getting, about relationships, and not, again, believing that there is such thing as unconditional love. But they are starting to recognize what this is and that you are different. They say, seeing you reminds me of the things I know deep down, and that's not always easy to deal with. So I think they're realizing, like, yeah, this is stirring something in me. I can't keep carrying this around, and this is uncomfortable, because I think, like, they're not wanting to face whatever this is. If that makes any sense. Now, this is the one that kind of throws me off a little bit, but this one could be maybe what you're doing if you're waiting on them, or maybe, again, maybe you're the one that has the wounds and they're waiting on you, and you're wondering, is this person even thinking about me? And you're like, yeah, like, they're thinking about you. They recognize what this is, but they're waiting for you to work on healing yourself, because maybe you're the one that walked away. Okay, maybe you're the one that withdrew. Somebody withdrew from this connection. So this message says, you are on my mind constantly. Do you think about me often? I am celibate and waiting for you. You are my one and only desire. I belong to you. So, this definitely could be too, like in a twin flame dynamic. A lot of the feminines, have been guided by their higher self and their twin's higher self to engage in celibacy. So, if you're a masculine watching this, or if you are the feminine, this is just confirmation from your higher self that, you're waiting for this person, you're celibate, you're saving yourself for a kindred partnership. So, and that unconditional love, and it's an act of unconditional love. So the action is, like, I feel like if somebody withdrew, though, most likely both people have healed, wounds to heal from that. Still, there's going to be that feeling, when you sit down and you think about, how could that person just ghost me? How could they not talk to me for months? How, if they really cared, no matter how much when you look at stuff from a higher perspective, the human form of your ego, like, you still feel that pain. So that could be a call for you as well. If they're working through their own energies of the Seven of Swords of what somebody else did to them in the past, you might need to work through the feeling that that engaged, in you when they withdrew, right? Those feelings of betrayal. So they have betrayal coming from another person. You're feeling betrayal from them, if that makes any sense. You guys maybe have the same wounds you're working through. So, this is you releasing yourself of that negative energy, if that makes any sense. So, I know this one was kind of all over the place, but I think that there is obviously, with the unconditional love, the kindred partnership, the recognition card, and the fact that, the image is what it is. There is a bond here somewhere. Somebody just pulled away, and there's definitely some healing that needs to be done with this. And I think this new moon is the powerful time to do that, again, to set those intentions of what it is you want. And anytime, full moons are more powerful, as far as like letting things go, releasing things, but you can do it anytime. You can sit down and write a letter to somebody for, and not send it, just write out all the pain and the things you'd want to say to them, and then burn it. It is so powerful. So I think this one definitely has some potential. It's just some healing that really needs to take place right now. So that's not a bad reading at all. So you guys, if you want to look into your particular situation, that information as far as a session with me is down below. We can look at, where your person's at. We can tap into their energy. We can look at the wounds that are being triggered. We talk about some self-care, some things that you can do to work on yourself, to focus on yourself, to ascend, to grow, and to raise your vibration to either bring your person back or attract in someone even better. So that's what I like to focus on. Again, contact me if you would like to schedule a personal reading for that. So until next time, guys, take care. I'll see you later. Bye.